30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Got his man, Dell. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1.
At the 44-yard line.
Here we go.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down. The Texans at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
All right. Outside.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Here we go.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. You look at this Jaguar defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
Yeah, on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it.
He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Texans 7, Jaguars 0.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10. Right at the 30. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick for Maple's draft. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
And the Jaguars 1st down.
Play action. It's Lawrence. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. And Xavier Worthy, 54 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
To Mixon on the check down. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Already.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And some room to maneuver.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Jags, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here we go. Rock. Level.
Again, it's Mixon. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
55 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Already. 118. What's that? 11. Good night.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Jaguars 7. Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out to the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Harris.
And they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and when he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
24.
Lawrence. That's complete. It's Bashal Tootin. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Here we go.
Third down, they're going to run for it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Christian Kirk deep to return it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
10 at the 42-yard line.
He's on his way. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Noel with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
All year from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Sheds off the tackle. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 to the 24. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. A short throw there to Strange. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. These two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence. Thomas has got it. Complete. So the completion good for just 3. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Lawrence to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
17 yards. And the Jaguars first down.
Now Lawrence.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Will Anderson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
This is 2nd and 8. As Stroud now to throw. This one left side caught by Collins.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Here we go.
Now Stroud.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
That's to his running back, complete.
And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the 1st down. It's now 1st and goal.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Off the option, that's complete.
Touchdown! Dalton Schultz. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Texans are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Texans 35, Jaguars 7. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. 2nd and 10.
Hey, go. Let's go.
Lawrence will throw.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here we go. 18. That's it.
Stroud to throw it.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points?
All right.
I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
This is caught.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Touchdown, Texans!
Woody Marks with his first career NFL touchdown. And